Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you are not a subscriber on this channel, please kindly do so now. Thank you. So the reason why I'm doing this video is because you guys have been asking me, is Vishu really dead? Is Vishu coming back? Yes, Vishu is coming back. Just like the other series, they always fall from cliff, and at the end of the day they will come back with a new identity. So that is exactly what happened in Vishu's case as well. And at the time that Vishu comes back, the problem was that Shriti already has somebody in her life, that is Beju, and Anurag and Ragini were also together already, and Ragini was even pregnant at that time. So if you want to know how did Vishu comes back into the house, then keep on watching. Grandma asks Revati to perform Arti, and Revati says that she feels that someone is coming near, and she opens the door, but she couldn't find anyone, and she says that it is her imagination. Shruti comes with Beju, and Revati was happy seeing them, and she informs the family. Shruti says that she brought a surprise, and she calls Vishu. Revati was surprised to see her dead son alive, and the whole family gathers and looked in shock. They all speak to Vishu one by one, and Divya asks him that where has he been. Vidwan asks that where has he been, and Beju asks that who is he. Anurag says that he knows that his brother is alive, and he asks that why did he take so much time to return. Revati was eager to hug him, but Vishu asks that who is this woman. Dulari says she is your mother, and the family's emotional bonding continues. Dulari and Divya try to remind him about his past, and Beju signals to Shruti to come aside. Ragini noticed that and walks to him and says that she can understand his dilemma. After some time, Vidvam sadly tells Anurag that Vishu is not identifying him and considers someone else as his father, and Anurag says that whatever Vishu went through is enough for him to forget the whole family, and they should give him some time. Anurag then meets Vishu, addressing him as DJ Shanky, and Vishu says thank God someone knows his real name, and he says that he has forgotten his past and this house is new to him. Anurag says even he has gone through similar situation, and they entered this house after he left, and even him used to get confused and go to the bathroom instead of the room. Vishu and Anurag both laughed and shared some moments together, and Ragini meets Shruti and consoles her that she can understand her situation and dilemma. Shruti says she saw everyone but she did not see Vikral, so where is he? Ragini informs her that he met with an accident and he is paralyzed. Shruti feels sad for Vikral and asks Ragini why is she wearing her old style dress, and Ragini says that it is a big story and she will explain to her later, and Shruti goes to meet Vishu. Vishu says it would take time to get adjusted, and Ragini enters and apologizes for interfering between them. Vishu asks that who is she, and Shruti says she is his brother's wife, and Vishu asks that is this Anurag's wife, and Ragini says yes, and that they were best friends first and later enemy. Shruti says even she and Ragini were enemies first before they became best friends, and their chatting continues. Shruti tells Vishu that Ragini has a good news and she would make Vishu a big brother soon, and Vishu congratulates Ragini. Ragini says Vishu has to become us for her child and play with him, and Vishu nods that yes, and Ragini leaves. Shruti says Ragini jokes a lot, and Ragini walks to her room talking to her child and tells Anurag that Junior Thakur wants to talk to Papa, but she wants a bribe before that. Anurag asks that what is the bribe, and Ragini says that the baby is asking Anurag to hug Mama and love her a lot, and Anurag hugs her and says that if he had not loved Mama, then how would he have come to this world? And Ragini says Junior Thakur is sleeping and says Mama is the world's best Mama and Papa is the world's best Papa, and their chatting continues. Ragini says she wants to sleep in Vikral's room before Amma takes him away, and Anurag ignores her request and asks her to have food. Vishu tells the family that he is tired and he wants to sleep, so where is his room? And Revati asks Shruti to take him to his room. Shruti was tensed and Beju angrily leaves, and Anurag says that he would show Shanky's room to him, and Shruti thinks that she is in a big dilemma of her life, and she reminisces on the time she has spent with Vishu, and she looks at her wedding chain, and she reminisces on her marriage with Vishu. Ragini walks to her and asks her if she is fine, and Shruti says that she is in a big dilemma. Ragini says that she is really in, but she has a solution for her, because even she was in a dilemma and she listened to her heart, so even Shruti should listen to her heart. Shruti remembered Beju fighting with Chanda for her, and also Vishu fighting with the goons, and also Ragini's advice, and she gets up and walks, and Beju sees her and thinks that she is coming to him, but Shruti walks to Vishu's room and gives him water, and changes the AC's temperature and asks him to call her if he needs anything, because she is in the next room, and she asks him to sleep soon, and she leaves. Shruti walks to Beju and tells him that whatever is happening to her now is beyond her understanding, and she is confused and she wants to find out the answers for her questions. So she wants to live alone for some time, and she hoped that Beju would understand. Beju says he understands, and Shruti walks away with pillow and bedsheet. Revati speaks to Vidvan and says that she is confused seeing all these recent happenings, and Vidvan says that time would answer all their questions. Dulari, on the other hand, tells Grandma that she is confused if Shruti will go with Vishu or Beju, and Grandma asks her to use her brain and not worry about Shruti. Ragini walks to her room and sees Shruti there, and she asks her to rest now. Ragini then reads Anurag's message to take the tablet from the table and have it, and she does that. Shruti sleeps on one side of the bed and Ragini switches off the light and sleeps. Later, Ragini wakes up hearing her phone ringing, and she sees the political party workers call, and she picks it and says that she is coming, and she walks out of the room and meets them. Anurag comes out and asks that what is she doing outside at this time, and he drapes shawl on her and asks that what is she doing at 2 a.m. and that it would have effect on her pregnancy, and Ragini says that he is right, but Anurag should give her 1 minute, and she attended to the workers and she returns to Anurag and says let's go, but Anurag scolds her that she is worried more about the political party and she is not worrying about her child and about him. Shruti walks to Vishu's room in the morning and Vishu wakes up and asks that where did she go last night. Ragini walks in and says Vishu's sleeping habit has changed being in Mumbai, and she says that Revati is calling Vishu for morning aarti. Revati performs puja and offers aarti to all the family members, and Vishu and Beju extends their hand at the same time, and Beju backs off his hand saying that Shruti tells Vishu that they perform puja every morning, and Revati says let us make breakfast arrangement. Shriti's wedding necklace falls down and Beju bends down to pick it, but Vishu picks it and says that he would fix it on Shriti's neck as he is her husband. Beju keeps his hand on lamp angrily and Ragini notices that. Shriti says that the hook of the necklace is loose and she takes the necklace from Vishu. Beju returns to his room and applies ointment on his hand, remembering Vishu and Shriti's growing emotions, and his inner voice comes out and taunts him that he has fallen in love and he is jealous, and Beju says that he has not, but he cannot stay away from Shriti, and his inner voice wishes him all the best and disappears. Vishu walks towards Shriti's room and seeing her in the balcony calls her, and Divya says that her room door is jammed. Beju opens the door and does not see Shriti, and he thinks that she might have gone to the storeroom, and he walks into the storeroom and says that he wants to tell her that his blood boils when she is around Vishu, and he loves her and he cannot stay away from her. Ragini was the one in the storeroom and she comes out, and Beju nervously asks that what is she doing here, and Ragini says that she heard his concern for Shriti and she is happy for him. On the other side, Vishu asks Shriti how did she identify him, and Shriti tells him how she saw him at the nightclub, and she immediately realized that that is her Vishu. Ragini in the storeroom tells Beju that she knows everyone has ignored him, but love flows like a river and it finds its ways. Vishu told Shriti that God did not want to keep her sad for long, so he sent him back to her, and he likes her smile a lot, and Shriti smiles and keeps his clothes in the cupboard. Beju tells Ragini that she should ask Shriti to know what will be her answer, and Ragini says that Shriti is sucks when it comes to right and wrong, and Shriti cares about Beju, but Vishu has returned now and has shocked everyone, so Beju himself should go and express his feelings to Shriti. Ragini over the phone informs Parag to inform her mother that she gave medicine to her father, and she suggests to Parag to guide the labor union and try to gather their votes. And as she was walking, water flows on the floor and she sleeps, but Anurag owed her on time and scolded her to be careful and she should stop involving herself in every problems. Ragini says she wants to talk about Beju and Shriti, and Anurag asks her to speak, and Ragini says that Vishu is Shriti's past and Beju is her present, and now Shriti is stuck between them and she doesn't know what to do. Anurag says he doesn't also know what to do because all his plans has failed now. Ragini says that she did not understand, and Anurag says that he wants her to rest till her delivery, but she is busy with the party work and she needs to take care of herself. The postman calls to deliver a letter and Shriti hurriedly takes the letter and she reads it. Vishu walks in suddenly and Shriti drops the letter in shock, and Vishu picks it up and says that it must be a government paper, and Shriti says that she wants to tell him something, and as she was about to talk, Beju snatched the letter and says that it is a very important paper and he has been waiting for it since. Vishu asks Shriti to get him coffee and he walks to his room. Beju suggests to Shriti not to speak to Vishu until she knows what to say because Vishu is confused after losing his memory and Shriti should be careful of what she would tell him. Shriti returns from shopping and the family asks her that what is all this. Shriti asks that where is Vishu, and Divya says that he is in his room. Shriti asks that what is today's date, and Anurag says it is 12th of July. Shriti asks that what is tomorrow's date, and Dulari says that even a lawyer doesn't have a common sense. Revati says tomorrow is Vishu's birthday, and Dulari says that she will dance on Ravi Kishin's song, and Divya says that the birthday is tomorrow and not today, and Revati says that she will celebrate Vishu's birthday in a grand way because it is Vishu's new life. Thank you so much guys for watching, and let me clear something. I know some of you guys will be confused by now because the updates did not go the way it's supposed to go, and that is the main reason why I don't jump update. I always like to give it systematically so that you guys would always follow along and understand. But some of you guys have problem with that. That's when you will say other channels have already updated us before you update us, blah blah blah. Other channels do jump. Me, I don't jump. But since you guys like jumping, let's continue jumping. I'll see you all in my next update. Bye guys.